YouTube faithful, what is going on? It is Flex Friday, and it's Captain Crush here to talk about the 2 NBA games today. I'm a little bit defeated yesterday, got to watch OKC live. The stadium was electric, everything you could ask for in a playoff game. Money well spent, but the best part was I did a full game stack with the role players because that's just how I knew it was going to go down, and bang, free roll the tickets. So it was money well spent. It's a experience I'll get to carry with me forever. Round 2, game 2 against 2 of the top teams in the West. You love to see it. If you're new to my channel, what I do is I give you the fundamental tools to create a winning process in NBA fantasy sports, MLB, PGA, WNBA all season long, and eventually the king of the road, NFL. So make sure you smash the like, hit subscribe, and turn on those noties and those notification bells, baby. So without further ado, if you want to leave your boy a comment, that's cool too. We got Knicks, Pacers, 7.5-point dogs. The Knicks on the road. OG Anunoby, bang, he's out of the mix. Mitrov, bang, he's out of the mix. Jalen Brunson, bang, he's in the mix, but he's injured. And we got the Pacers, 7.5-point favorites at home. Absolutely ridiculous spread. This point total is crispy. So I'm going to attack it. Take the New York Knicks money line. The New York Knicks spread at plus 7.5. That's absolutely crispy. Denver Nuggets, 3.5-point dogs against the Wolves, 3.5-point favorites. Listen, this could go either way. For me personally, I'm leaning towards Denver plus 3.5. If they lose this game, their career, their season, all of it is over. The Wolves will advance to the Western Conference Finals for the first time in centuries, brother. So I think the Nuggets are going to come out tonight, and they will not go down without a fight. We'll have to wait and see, big guy. So even though it's Flex Friday over here on PrizePicks, there's still some promotions on UnderDog. They got a discounted square. We're going to cover that. Maybe Captain Crush will throw in a bang, bang, a chalkboard slip, bang, bang. Maybe we'll throw in a parlay play slip, or maybe I save it for the live stream today at 5 p.m. Central in the Court of Chords, Captain Crush's crew. So without further ado, there has been a trend all playoff long, and I took advantage of it yesterday. Role players are seeing a significant increase in usage and minutes, and the books are not pricing their lines efficiently. PrizePicks, UnderDog, in my humble opinion. So I'm just going to keep attacking it, brother. And I apologize if I'm all over the place today. I have a migraine. Yesterday on my drive home, that long drive, my stomach went into just absolute poverty. I don't know what it was that I ate, but the bubble guts that I was experiencing would have put a weaker man in the grave, okay? So pardon me, and just bear with me today, guys, because I'm feeling a little under the weather, but I will be damned if I don't get this video out for the YouTube faithful. So let's start talking about role players. We're going to start with the Pacers, and the first guy at bat is going to be none other than the crowd favorite, the Obi Toppin. Now, he was at 10.5 when I locked him in last night. Now he's at 11. His fantasy score is at 19.5. This is most likely where I'm going to be going, y'all. His fantasy score. That'll give me access to his blocks and steals. That'll give me access to his rebounds, his assists, his points, all of it, even his turnovers, unfortunately. But as you can see here on my partner DG Fantasy, none of his lines are plus EV. Everything's being juiced under. But this has been the story of Obi Toppin all playoff series long. He's just being undervalued, underpriced, and I don't know what the deal is, because every time he's supposed to go under, he literally soars over. So I, for one, will disregard this stuff, even though I know, listen to me carefully, the correct play long term would be under 11 points now that they bumped it from 10.5, okay? Even under 10.5, even over or under 10.5 is a 50-50. It's more of a gut call. But what I will tell you guys to do is either take his points, rebounds, assists once it drops back down to 16.5, or take the alternate line, or you can just take his points, rebounds if you can find it at 14.5, or what I'm taking, his fantasy score at 19.5, bang. This is where I'm going to go. This is where I think I have the best chance to win with him tonight. Again, I already got him at 10.5 last night, but now that's no longer there. So what I like to do is use DG Fantasy, check out all the lines and fast, it's odd shopping, it's crazy, it's quick, and then I compare it to my projection model. So my projection model, let's just say it has Obi projected for 9 points. I'll see, oh, so under 11's being minus 110, which there's no real value here. And then I'll see, oh, he's projected for 9, so I would take under. But I'm not doing that with Obi Toppin today because, like I said, all of these role players are been juiced under. OKC's bench, the Wolves bench, Pacers bench. They're just not pricing them efficiently, so I will attack this until I'm forced off the train. Yesterday with Derek White, it finally came back to bite the last 5 Kings in the rear end, didn't it? How about that? I took his alternate line at 14.5, his Gabi, and he didn't even get that. He just had a bad night. He finally came back to reality. But even Obi Toppin, these are all outlier games, but because he's at home, I think he's still going to get the run. He's a crowd favorite, so I'm not stopping this train, folks. I'm just going with it. All right, so Obi Toppin, either one of these would be fine if you want to take these. Remember, OG Anunoby's out. Mitch Robb is most likely out unless a miracle. So either one of these are fine, okay? But you're not going to get mathematically good odds to take it on PrizePicks. If you want to take something like this, you need to take it on Chalkboard, Sleeper, Parlay Play, where they're going to pay you a fair payout. What I'm taking on PrizePicks is right here, brothers and sisters, the fantasy score. Bang! Role player number 2 off the bench, TJ McConnell, and his lines are bumped up too. Points assists, this would be my favorite one right here. 22, 21, 29, returns home, their favorites. You're not going to find any real analytical research that's going to support taking these guys over like this because these are way higher than they should be. What you could do is just take over 5.5 assists, which you see is minus 120 on Pinnacle, over 10.5 points, which is minus 124. I just combined them, but even for me, that's the worst of it. As you can see, 16.5 everywhere else. I did get him at 16.5 last night. He's since been bumped. Maybe he comes back down. So if you just want to take his assists or his points, either of those are fine. If you can take the alternate line or find it anywhere, you would take that. But look at this, folks. 19.5 PRA is minus 140 on Pinnacle. Say less. That's where we're going. Forget the bumps. Forget it all. Minus 140 on Pinnacle. You say less, young man. I'm going there, and you will be not forcing me off that train. I don't care. It's role player mania around here, and I'm willing to go down with the ship. It's Flex Friday, so it's free. If I lose, it's coming right back into my coffers, baby. So let's go. Let's get this train rolling. We got 2 role players, but I'm not done there, baby. There's one more that I'm going to talk about, and it's Andrew Nembhard. Absolutely, fella. I just took this at 17.5. Bang! Now he's at 16.5. I think I'm going right back to it. They're just too low. And when you see my role player slip from the Thunder last night, you will understand exactly what I mean. So if you want to take either of these from Mr. Nembhard, bless your heart, my brother, you can. And here you can see it's 16.5. We just paid 17.5 for it the other day. His points rebounds is technically his best line. It's minus 122, minus 130. Maybe it bumps up to 13.5. So if you want to go there, you can as well. Either one of these 3. Remember, it's role player mania around here. It's dealer's choice. Now, before you come on my case, Captain, which one do I choose? Fella, I ain't here to put the spoon in your mouth. I'm just giving you the ones you need to be thinking about. It's up to you to construct your slip, your lineup, your entry, whatever you want to call it. My job is to get you to think about the right guys, just like I did with the Thunder. I told you, any one of these 3 can go off. Likely one of them, at least one of them will hit. It's Pacer Roulette. If you want to put them all in one single solitary slip lineup, you can. If you want to fade them all, you can. If you just want to take your favorite one and pair it with whatever the play of the day is, you can do that as well, okay? It's up to you. Having one lineup with all 3 of these guys in the same one is going to be risky. But then again, they could all chalk, and it could be a Turner and Siakam night, which, by the way, Turner is due a bounce back. Turner is due so big. He's due to get everybody so much coin. He sold everyone. He sold me at a 10x, 25x. My heart, my blood pressure, guys, live in real time. I can't take it. Thinking about Turner, how much he sold me and how much he made my cord upset because the cord was just everywhere, man. I'm telling you, Turner is due. Now, does that mean he's going to go off tonight? Well, fella, I don't know, but at 17.5, the model has him at 18. You can take a shot on it, but if they put this up here, this is the one you'd probably want to go with. It hit last time at 19.5. I think it's still a good proposition. I think it's still in the mix. You have to make those decisions. If you think Turner's going to shoot 3 for 11 again tonight at home, well then fade him. If you think he's going to finally clutch up and cash, take his points. Same thing with Siakam. My model has him him going over 21 points. But you know what? Captain has his ear to the pavement. He hears things in the wind, and everybody's churching and talking and touting up Siakam. And for that reason, it makes me want to fade him, because when the public starts to love somebody, Captain Crush says, nope, I want to be off that train. But he is due a big game. Now, I'm totally tired of people saying, Cap, you said he's due a big game and he chalked. I'm not saying that he's going to go over. I'm not saying that he's going to go under. I'm just telling you he's due a big game. He's projected for 22 in my model. All right. You can see the line is 21.5 on every other book. His points assist at 24.5 is minus 136 on FanDuel. So we automatically know that's his best line. It just comes up to you if you want to take it. Personally, I'm telling you my strategy right here in color. I am taking the role players for this team. Obi Toppin priority, McConnell priority, and Nembhard. My favorite is McConnell, then Toppin, then Nembhard. Those are going to be the three that I take exposure to. If I do take Siakam or Turner, it'll probably be in one contest max. All right, Turner's points and rebounds are at 24.5 again. This got boosted all the way to 26.5 the other day. It's back where it should be at 24.5. If you want to take a shot on that, you can. But as you can see, his fantasy scores being juiced under 2. It's a 2-point differential. This tool saves you so much time and energy, man. I'm telling you right now, folks. I'm telling you. So that's it for the Pacers. And then you have to come up with the other side of that coin. You got Josh Hart. You got no OG Anunoby. You got a banged up Brunson. Coach Tibbs plays his starters absolutely insane minutes. So because Josh Hart's going to play the entire game, he's in play by default, fam. I don't like this. My model says take under here, but I am just not going to do it because he's going to play 48 minutes. Not really 48, probably 46, but he might play 48. I mean, it might play 48. So that's why I think this combo is in the mix. And where's his points rebounds? 29.5 points rebounds, or even his fantasy score or PRA, even his free throws could be in play. Any of these could be in play. Now, I need you guys to remember something. If the games blow out, then all bets are off. Like Boston got destroyed in the second half yesterday. So Tatum sold, Horford stayed under, White sold, Brown sold. All those guys are going to sell if blowouts happen. And if that happens today, well then yes, that's going to happen too. It's a 7.5 point spread because they don't have OG Anunoby's defensive prowess and they don't have Jalen Brunson 100%. So all of the weight of the world is going to be on Josh Hart. So I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do there. And the fact that PrizePicks has him as a star tells me that they want to incentivize people to take him even more. These are type of things that you have to look for. I think his Gabi at 13.5 is okay. He's not somebody that historically scores a lot of points, but he's been doing that in this role, so you have to consider him. And then as far as my play of the day yesterday or the day before, Dante DiVincenzo, you can go right back to his Gabi or his points because somebody's going to have to score on that team. Even his fantasy score has to be considered. His fantasy score or his points, I would probably just keep it a buck and take his points because that's where most of his equity comes from. It's real simple, chat. If his threes go in, bang, he's hitting his real points. So that's what I got to say about the big Ragu. Remember, we just took his line the other day at 17.5. That was my play of the day. Now it's all the way up to 20.5. So you're getting an inflation. That's why alternate lines are so important. Now I know I cover a lot of stuff and I talk about a lot of things on here because the YouTube is to get your mind firing. The place to do 1v1s, ask me questions, and learn is in my Discord, specifically the chat and the live stream. I post my plays, my projection sheets for you guys. I do it all. If you want to learn how to construct winning contest lineup slips, so to speak, this is where you need to be, the Discord. 1 month, $24.99. It's worth its weight in gold. Most people charge $40, $50, and the ones that are charging $10, $15, they're not giving you everything that I'm giving you, which is 125 million% of my heart and soul into what I do. You're going to get my projection sheets that have the player, their point, rebound, assist total, everything right there. You'll get my role player slips, my slips, esports slips, everything you want, it'll be there. I tell you guys how to build things in the live stream. This was my game stack yesterday. This paid for my OKC tickets. Bang! Wiggins, Green, Wallace, the play of the day. Green soared over. Joe and Jalen Williams. I said right here on this channel, any of them can go off. I had a feeling all 4 of them were going to get extended run, whether we won or lost, and I was right. It was a gut call. Cash it. And then this was my prize picks one that I did. 3 Gabbies, Gafford, and Wiggins. cash that. Unfortunately, the studs mainly sold in the Boston game anyways, but I nailed that OKC game except for Luka because Luka's not 100% and his field goal attempts I told y'all was a gamble. Spartans holding it down. Kaiser says projections are surgical. Bro, he uses the MLB projection sheets every day and finds a way to win. And I give that to you guys every single day in my Discord for all the games basically, except for maybe one or two. Just like today, it's there. All the games. Use this sheet and make a contest. It's very ABC. Sign up with any of my partners. You'll get 30 free days or just buy direct. You can sign up with DG Fantasy, get 25% off there and get 30 free days of my cord. And this goes hand in hand. So Ranger Suarez under 35.5 fantasy score and Logan Webb under 31.5 fantasy score. This is a two-man you can use, bang, right there on UnderDog. Look at Glass now, under 6.5 Ks, right? He's projected for 5.5 on Pinnacle. Not projected. He's juiced at 5.5, 6.5 everywhere else. So I'm going to go check my projection sheet live. Look for the Poverty Dodgers, and there he is. And I have him projected for 5.88 strikeouts. So if I see his line is 6.5 and he's being juiced under at 5.5, or excuse me, he's being juiced under at 6.5, that's his line, minus 132, then I know I can go over here to UnderDog, which they're giving us a bonus square with any of these. I took Anthony Edwards, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. And you'd go right here and take Tyler Glass now under 6.5 strikeouts. Now, of course, it's going to be a sweat. It's Tyler Glass now. He's surgical, but the math. So long term, it's a winning play. He's projected for 5.8. He's being juiced under 6.5 at minus 136. We know we're getting plus EV value. It correlates with my projection model, so there's no reason not to take it. It factors in everything that you can think about. Cap, they strike out a lot. Cap, matchup, all. It's already factored into the model projection, fam, okay? So if you're in my cord, that is what you do. If you want to check out UnderDog, take promo code CRUSH, get your 30 free days. They're doing a special now for noobs. Instead of giving you 100% deposit up to 100, they now give you 50% up to 500. So if you deposit 500, they'll give you $250 bonus cash. It's a way better thing, dude. It's way better. Take advantage of that. You get through the playthrough and then you can cash it out, fam. All right? And no, I'm not telling you that needs to be, well, they just took it off, which means that's getting bumped down to probably 6, okay? So be in the live stream later. We'll cook something live, but I wanted to show you guys on the YouTube how I do my contest. It's synergy here. I use the odds shop. I use my projection model, and then I use my own brain. I use Outlier to fact check stuff, and that is what I do. Finding trends. I made a video on the 4 pillars months ago. Everybody should be watching that. The 4 pillars to have a winning process, and I harp and pound on those. Pause! No, we're good. I pound on those every day in the Discord, and I don't keep it shy, and I don't coddle and baby anybody. Those of you that DM me for 1v1 advice, I answer you guys as best as I can. And if you're not in the DM, I'd talk to you in general chat just like I would face to face. If you're doing something wrong, I call it out and I tell you, don't do this, do that. Somebody said, Cap, I didn't like your play of the day yesterday. Why would you take a poverty player, Josh Green, over 2.5 points? Because I know the game of basketball, and just like if you watch the TikTok video, which I might put it in post edit, I called out exactly what was going to happen. No Maxi Kleba, so they're going to have that perimeter 3-point open, pass it, bang. Josh Green drilled 3 of them, could have got 4 of them. It went exactly as I drew it up. Who is the play of the day for May 9th, this wonderful Thursday? It's Josh Green, baby. Have I lost all of my marbles? I'm going to make it 4 for 4 if this hits. And I'm taking Josh Green, more 2.5 points Goblin, or you can dabble at 5.5 on Chalkboard, whatever have you. It's going to be a sweat. Josh Green has low usage, but Kleba is out. I think he's going to be the one hitting the 3s tonight. Again, I will be there to sweat it live. Good luck tonight, and as always, let's crush. Just like with Derek Jones over half a dunk the other day. My play of the days are 4 for 4 right now. I'm going for 5. It should be 5 of 5 if I count Derek Jones as a doubleheader, but I won't because I want the challenge. And as of now, I still don't have a play of the day, y'all. Just keeping it a buck. So let's go through and see if there's anything in the lottery props real quick, which there's not really anything here. If we go back over here to DG Fantasy, we could see what's going on. Look at all these unders that are just being juiced. Gordon, Hartenstein, Rudy, Siakam, Reed, Murray, Turner, their heart. It's crazy because all these lines are so high and priced all over the place. Now PJ Washington 21. Lock this in early because this is going to get bumped up. If he doesn't drop 30 yesterday, my team soars and smashes him. But it is what it is. Conley at 13.5 points, rebounds could be okay. Michael Porter Jr. at 29 fantasy points. He might be the thumbnail. You want to talk about a dude that's due a bounce back game? I might just be going with Michael Porter Jr. 16.5 points. This line was just 18.5. I found this at 23 on UnderDog the other day. His fantasy score at 29 is way too low. I understand he had a bad game, but this is the game they have to win. If he gets hot, he's going to go over both of these. In fact, I'm giving you guys a double header. So play of the day one, I'm just going to go ahead and go out on a limb. Obi Toppin over 19.5 fantasy score. Let's gamble. Let's roll the dice. And play of the day number 2, on the road, playing the best defense the league has ever seen in years. Michael Porter Jr. over 29 fantasy points. Book it. That is the 2 plays of the day. So you got Porter and Obi. And yes, you can bet it all that Porter's going to be a sweat. And those of you that don't have fantasy scores, you're SOL at this point. You could take, I don't know what to tell you. You'll have to be in the live stream, okay? But this is going to be my plays of the day. Obi Toppin, 19.5 fantasy score, and Michael Porter Jr., 29 fantasy score. I got dice in here, and I'm hoping to roll snake eyes because I need both. A double header for the YouTube faithful. Let's get it. I'm going 5 of 5, and this will put me at 6 of 6 if both of them clear. Can the streak continue? That is all I need to know. Can I go 5 of 5? In this case, it'll be 6 of 6 because there's 2 there. We're just going to have to wait and see. And I will say something about Rudy. Returning home, brand new child, 2.5 dunks. Yes, you could consider that. I'm not telling you to take this in more than one slip, but it's always something to consider whenever it's below 3. It is what it is if you want to consider Rudy, the Frenchie Gobert. But you better believe he's going to be a sweat too. So I need to wrap this up. So as far as the Nuggets are concerned, I'm just going to take my chances with Michael Porter Jr. I will say this. Joker knows if he loses this game, it's over. So if you want to attack Joker for that reason alone, you absolutely could. 5.5 free throws for the Joker seems like an absolute good square. Tony Brothers tonight seem to be the refs. I think that one's going to be in the mix. I think he's going to be playing as aggressive as possible. You could take 5.5 free throws or his points, rebounds. Again, if they lose tonight, it's pretty much good game. Now, my true play of the day before it got bumped, because I told you guys to take it all week, was Anthony Edwards at 27.5 points. And people made fun of me and said, Cap, why would you take that? Why would you take it's only one? Because I knew this was going to happen, buddy. A full point bump. Now he's at 28.5, and I ain't going to tell you to take it at 28.5. You could, but that's not what I'm going to tell you to do. My favorite play for Edwards now is his Gabi. It was 27.5 points. It's a full point bump. If you want to eat that bump, buddy, you Pac-Man it and you put it down your throat. But Captain Crush is going to take the Gabi because I already got slips waiting to cash with Dante and Kyrie, baby, over on 27.5, and I know Edwards is going to pull through. Now, this would be my de facto play of the day. Returning home, chance to go up 3-0, Anthony Edwards, of course. I am making it hard on myself and giving you guys Obi and Michael Porter Jr., but Anthony Edwards supersedes it all. This is the de facto play of the day, okay? If it was at 27.5, it would be, but since it's not, it's going to be this, the Goblin. I know I just told you guys Obi and Michael Porter Jr., those are going to be my 2 other anchors, but this is my main anchor that supersedes it all. So I will ride with Anthony Edwards. He's the dog. He's the media darling. If you don't want to take his points and you want to dabble with his PRA because you don't want to eat that bump, you could. Even his fantasy scores in play. Hopefully, they don't blow them out again, Lord willing, and Ant Edwards can get it done. Now, over here on Chalkboard, they have Towns boosted, and he's only 18.5 points. They got Edwards at 27.5. Porter, I took to 13.5. TJ, I took at 17.5 PRA, and Turner, 6.5 rebounds. He's projecting for 8 in the model. I wrote it. I flexed it. Shield play, 100 to win, 340. All I need to do is get at least 4 to make some profit, but if I don't get 5 of 5 and I just get 3 of 5, then I'll at least least get 40% of my cash back, which is fine. I'm fine with that. Promo code CRUSH on Chalkboard. Take advantage of these boosts. Get your match and get 30 free days of the cord. You can see over here that Towns is 20 on PrizePicks, so that is why I took him at 18.5 over there. Now, let's make a contest together real quick, and then I'm going to get out of here. There's so much that I'm going to have to talk about on live stream today. We will make a community contest together on live stream at 5 Central, so make sure you guys are there. We'll all be able to sweat the same thing together, fam. So for MLB real quick, you can see Tyler O'Neill, 7.5 fantasy score. John Gray, under 34.5 fantasy score. Those two look crispy. Trevor Rogers, under 5 pitcher strikeouts. And as you can see, I have him projected for 5.15. So that's going to be dicey. At most, he's probably going to push, but these are the MLB plus expected value. Castellanos, you could take over. You can scroll through here and get the best of it. And again, if you are in my cord, you compare it to those projection sheets, and that's how you can make a contest. So if you want to take a shot on Tyler O'Neill because he's 9 over here, then so be it. In fact, let's put him in the mix. Right there, as you can see, PrizePicks already took care of Glass now. He was at 6.5, now he's at 6. The model had him at 5.8. The model's surgical, so we could take those two. You could take that in a 2-man. It pays you 2x if you'd like. And then if you wanted to add in NBA, remember, TJ McConnell, more 5.5 assists, or his PRA, either one of those are fine. Or even just his points, rebounds, or points assist. For argument's sake, we could just put in his assists here, but honestly, I kind of want to take just his PRA and roll the dice there. So this is what I would think. I don't think having these 3 in the same is optimal. So let me just go ahead and take out McConnell. And then with Michael Porter Jr., you could take his points because those are the lowest we've been. We know he's due a bounce back, his fantasy, or even his 3 points made. Let's just go with his fantasy, and then you'd have 5 to win 6x, 4.75x. Obviously, you don't have to take the gobbies. You can do whatever you want, but this is something that I will be rolling with. I think this one is good. Do whatever you guys want at the end of the day. Folks, I'm telling you guys, being in the live stream is so important. And a lot of you guys are in my Discord and you don't show up. I usually have 100 out of about 700 members. So please take the time if you can. Show up at around 5:15 Central Time if you can. We go over it all. I will help you guys build your contests. I'm here to help you guys. That is the job. Give you guys a fundamental winning process. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you're new to the channel, hit subscribe, smash the like, do everything you know to do. All the partner links are in the description. Those keep your boy running and charging. Remember, everything's being juiced under, so you gotta know that. And if blowouts happen, well then chalk it all, baby. So keep the faith. Here's the salute. Good luck in all your contests. And as always, my brothers and sisters in Christ, let's crush and go Thunder.